Hello everyone, it's the 17th of April, it's Sunday and it's car boot day down here in southwest London. The weather is quite sunny today and the turnout was rather good, so there were a lot of sellers out and about, and this is what I picked up. Got these three measuring tools, and inside diameter, outside diameter, and some dividers. They were 3 for £1, and the seller very kindly chucked in this packet of blades, which I subsequently found, which are Stanley, made in England. Now, the first stall I stopped at had this blue handled Stanley, which is Posi Drive. It's actually a bit of a whopper, this one. I think it must be a number 4 size, because it's bigger than any I've had before. This is my previous big Stanley. This is a number 3 point, and you can see that the tips are quite a bit different. So that was 50p. Hello Nash. I found one, a footprint with a proper pin. I think that was £1. This scraper, it's got a broken blade on it, but I have been looking for an extra one, so I was quite pleased with that. Don't know how much the blades are, but I think they're probably more expensive than the tool, because that was 50p. I thought this was an Exolite, but I could be wrong. It's a ratcheting screwdriver that locks it in position. That enables ratcheting one way. And that enables ratcheting the other. The mechanism is very dry and a bit rubbish at the moment, but it needed a little bit of freeing up, but just by gripping it with pliers and twisting it, and it came loose and started ratcheting. So yeah, did I say that was £1? I found a rusty old block plane, but it is a Stanley, number 102, made in Eng, and yes, that's really had a bit of a soaking at some point recently, but I think that'll clean up quite well. I think that was 50p, and this tiny little adjustable was also 50p, but it is Crescent USA. Don't know if you can see that, which is quite unusual for UK. So this was 20p. No idea what it is. Can anybody enlighten me? A spring mechanism. It is slightly out of true, but a wooden handle. Very odd. And to go with last week's Ryobi angle grinder, I found this handle and a slightly worn flapper disc. So they were 20p each, and luckily the handle does fit into the angle grinder. So yeah, quite happy with that. bent. If you want this, it's yours. It's a cobbler's tool, but it is by E.A. Berg, Eskiltuna. I think that says 502. Nice finish on the handles, but just going a bit rusty here and there, and it's quite a stiff pivot at the moment. Needs a bit of oil. I was quite pleased with this. It's small and a reasonably old one, I think. 395. Anyway, the seller wanted a £5, but he was kind enough to accept £3 in the end. It works fine. Variable speed. There was something wrong with it, with this, the way that this was a bit jammed on, and so I took it apart. I had to take it apart just to be able to grip the shaft to get that off in the first place. And I noticed that is, or was, maybe still is, slightly out of true. So I just used a bevel on a large punch to give it a bit of a whack, make it more circular, and now it goes on just fine. One thing I've decided to learn about taking apart power tools is always remove the brushes first, because I was having trouble getting the shaft seated back in its positions inside the moulding, and until I realised that I couldn't push the shaft back because the sprung brushes were preventing it. So that was good, and I found a nice tabletop vise, uni vise. It's just missing the bar through that. Definitely needs a bit of a clean up around the back end of the screw. That was £1. This one was £2. Again, quite rusty, but nice colour on it. Apart from the screw and the rods, this one's got a fixed jaws as well, just patterned. And this one was £4. Quite like the style of this one. So this one got a lovely action to it. Nothing wrong with this at all. Jaws are not cross hatched, but just grooved. Unusual, but yes, I was happy with that too. So that concludes my spending for the day. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.